Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Blue. I am so sorry for being late. Welcome back to the Deep Blue, everyone. I am Noira, the sea fox oneesan, who serves live talks on the rocks. I'm sorry I'm late. It was traffic. I literally just finished taking a shower. So I was having dinner, I took a shower, and then here I am. I'm sorry for being late. The traffic has been crazy. It's been raining like all day, the whole fucking week, and it isn't even supposed to be rainy season anymore, and I hate it. But welcome back to the Deep Blue, everyone. Once again, I am Noira, your sea fox oneesan, who serves live talks on the rocks. We got vibes here that you can't find anywhere else, obviously. Like, do you even see the sakura petals falling just so flawlessly? But thank you for waiting for me. Despite my lateness, despite my tardiness, you guys still waited for me right outside the Deep Blue, and I'm sorry for opening the doors so late. But welcome back to the Deep Blue, everyone. Welcome back. Let me greet whoever is here right now. I see. How was Muay Thai? It was great. I had so much fun. I actually have to wake up early again tomorrow for paddle this time around. I really need to stop making myself like morning commitments. I don't think it's good when I do it whilst I have like streamed the night prior. I did not think it through. I thought I'd be fine, but alas, I'm pretty sure I'll be running on lack of sleep tomorrow. And because it's the end of the week, I hope I get to chill and actually nap or something. Let me greet y'all. I see that the first is Tyrandus. Congrats, Tyrandus. Jason is the second, Kyle the third, Zolty the fourth, and Ikazen is the fifth. Congrats to our top 5 races. And first to be in the deep blue. You guys are just like shoving each other over to get to the deep blue. I appreciate it. And I see Ivan and Jason. Oh wait, I already mentioned Jason. And also I see some few people on YouTube side. I see Valgray, Clarence, E Trumpet. Thank you for the gift membership, sorry, and bringing in a new titling into the deep blue. Thank you. One of us indeed. And Clarence, I see, and I also see Ghost of Mint, our chief financial officer, and Zoe is here too, followed up by Wapper, and also BH Bomb Gaming, and Mythos. Helios is here as well, and Ray. Oh wow, Ray, look at you. Welcome back. It makes me so happy when I see people who just come for all the days at the deep blue. And nowadays it's a lot of you guys. I see a lot of you guys actually come from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Do you know what it feels like to have such loyal customers? It's a beautiful feeling. It's amazing. So thank you for the loyalty, guys. Miso Soup, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the deep blue. I see CJ Deadpool, our janitor, and Harry, what's up? And I also see Moon Arrow and Sven, Cross9S. Good morning, it's now Friday here in Australia, 12:10 a.m. I'm probably gonna drop off to sleep soon to Noira's dulcet tones. Oh my god, please sleep if it's like midnight. Get some sleep, guys. You guys should be happy and thankful and appreciative right now, because sleep is something I'm gonna lack today. I've lacked today and tomorrow. Yesterday I slept so I finished at like 11:30ish, right? After clear up school. So it takes me like around 30 minutes to get to sleep. So that means I slept from like 12 a.m. to 5. I woke up at fucking 5. So I had 5 hours of sleep. It's not bad. I'm technically still okay. But I'd like to not repeat that over and over again. Anyway, let me continue greeting you guys. I also see Otter Clown is here as well. And did I miss anyone? Darika, El Hato, and Alza Vadel. I hope I'm saying Alza Vadel. I hope I'm saying that right. And Smug JC. Sly is here as well. And John is here as well. And Sanguine is here too. And Ren Roses. And oh wow, there's so many of you guys here right now. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Welcome back to the Deep Blue, guys. Thankful to have you guys all over here. How are you guys doing today on this almost end of week? It's Thursday. Well, it's end of the week at the Deep Blue because it is the last stream of the week. But how's it for you guys? How was the whole week for you guys? Playoff Skill was super fun yesterday, but I know that a lot of you guys don't watch that because you guys don't want to get spoilers, right? It is what it is. But yesterday I clocked out early out of stream because I had to do Muay Thai in the morning. I had to wake up at like 5 a.m. and it was amazing. Oh my god, we started, dude, with my Muay Thai place, they decided that at like 7 a.m. in the morning, the best music to warm up to was metal. They played they played all these metal songs and then they played Linkin Park, and I'm like, this is too fucking early for this kind of music, but you know what, I understand. And eventually I got pumped up, but holy shit, metal music at 7 a.m. in the morning is quite fucking crazy during warm-up as well, right after my cup of coffee. But yeah, so I might be a little bit tired, a little bit sleepy, but I'm holding on. Tomorrow though, I have to wake up early again, so I will be stacking my lack of sleep. One more week for what? Right, the cashier was there at the same time yesterday. Metal the best? Yeah, it was good. Drink is a blood orange and passion fruit cordial with mint, and that's honestly the best thing going for me right now. That's pretty much a mocktail. It sounds really good. I want that. Summer is approaching. Ah, yes, we see all these VTubers with summer outfits now, don't we? I'm sad I don't have one, but hey, we have the sakura petals for spring, right, guys? This is spring. We're like a season late here right now. It's a busy week. I'm looking forward to the weekends. What do you guys have on for the weekends? Intense music in the morning is a surefire way to wake up. Oh, no, it's a definitive way to wake up for sure. Noira's just gonna punch hard and accurate with her Muay Thai lessons, of course. I actually bruised my knuckles today because I think I punched too hard with my right arm. So I bruised my knuckles, like the skin kind of peeled off of my knuckles. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I don't know when that happened, but yeah, I have a little bruise on my knuckles. Like, you know when the top layer of your skin kind of just peels off a tad? Yeah, that happened. Noira needs a summer outfit immediately. Oh, the things I would do if I was a bigger streamer and had more income. But hey, I'm a realistic bitch, okay? It's okay. You guys don't get summer outfits, but you get me. And nice backgrounds and good vibes, right? Should I make it up to you guys by singing a summer song? What's a summer song? Why don't you say so? That's not a summer song. What's a summer song? Espresso? Think about me, think about her, think about me, espresso. I'll think about it. I'll do a summer song just for members because like if it's unmixed, I think I'll just keep it for members. I don't want to say California girls, mate. Someone like I could sing Summertime Sadness. How's that? Kiss me right before summertime sadness. I just want you to know, baby, you're the best. I got that summertime sadness. Dude, it's a Lana Del Rey song. Come on. Genji-sama made amazing contributions to the fund yesterday. Oh my god, so many people made amazing contributions to the funds. Sly and Genji-sama just tanked it. So yes, technically I could have a summer outfit fund if I wasn't doing my 2.0. I could have. Hair character lifting some weights, say keep it up. Oh, that's a sticker. I see it. That's a workout sticker. I don't know why in chat I was just reading out the description of it. But thank you, Ear Trumpet. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. Thank you for super chat. Super chat. Arigato. Thank you. I hope that tomorrow the sun will just feel nice on your skin. It won't be scorching, nor will it be too hot. The wind will blow the right way to the point that for you, it'll be a nice breezy sort of morning. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution towards the shrine. And is that an RA team? Hold on. There you go. Yes, no, I'm just an ordinary VTuber, Nix. What are you talking about? You happy with your aura? I don't know. Maybe let's think about summer songs. Maybe you guys can suggest me some summer songs. Perhaps. I'll think about it. Maybe on Reddit. Anyway, I want to drink my whiskey. So, cheers, guys. Cheers. Oh, after such long hours in traffic, whiskey is the right thing. Although, honestly, I do wish I could have gotten... I do wish I had wine with me right now, as being consistent with the stream title. I'm not lying that I want wine. I want Chianti. But I'm trying to mind my spending, okay? I mean, I still have like half a bottle of alcohol, half a bottle of whiskey to finish up anyway. So I'm like, oh, why would I even need wine? I mean, I might as well finish my whiskey first before indulging in other forms of alcohol. So, yeah, I did not. Plus, I'm worried that if I have my wine, I'll end up like drinking a lot and a little bit too often with every fucking movie I watch or something. But I guess that won't happen because my TV is broken. Oh yeah. We'll get some wine next. Once I finish my bottle of whiskey, I'm gonna get some wine. With an ordinary sea fox that gives us our, which makes us come back like deaths. Well, I'm glad that you guys come back like a boomerang to the deep blue. I'm glad that you guys decide to be loyal here at the deep blue, visit every once in a while. You guys don't always have to visit. And it's totally fine if you guys don't visit for long times, long hours. That is totally fine because IRL is a thing now, isn't it? You got a wine ad? Oh my god, I should get sponsored by wine. Hold on, let me sit down. One day I'll surely do 50 reps of basic exercises, which means I'm gonna be halfway of becoming Saitama. You wanna know what they made me do for Muay Thai today? John, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the deep blue. So, well, wait, I'm checking my tracking. Okay, it looks fine. So I had to do fucking 2-minute planks, which was disgusting. I had to do a plank for 2 minutes and I had to do a squat for 1 minute. Can you imagine holding a squat for 1 minute? Was it 1 minute or 40 seconds? I think it was 1 minute, yeah. Like holding a squat for 1 minute and then I had to do a plank for 2 minutes. And it's not just a plank. You had to switch, okay? I have core muscles, but not like 2-minute core muscles, okay? So you had to go from a full plank for 30 minutes and then like a half plank for 30 minutes. So one with your full arm extended and then you kind of use your elbows. And then you had to do a side plank for 30 minutes, left side and right side. That's a 2-minute plank. It's horrendous. It's horrendous for me, for someone who hates planks. Okay, you guys don't have to flex in chat, okay? You 6-abbed, 8-abbed people. Dang. Sure, okay, I know you guys are probably good at it, but you know, for me, I try to avoid planks at all costs, okay? But I guess I do have to eventually increase my core strength, so it's an inevitable part of the journey. It is what it is. My thighs have been dying too because I've been doing a lot of squats and deadlifts since like last week. How much does Noira like abs? I like abs. I mean, who doesn't like abs? I also have abs, but I'm not into IRL thirst trapping, guys, unfortunately. So you guys will never see my abs. I like VTuber thirst trapping, but I don't like IRL thirst trapping, so you guys will never see it. It's like a good finisher at the end of a workout session. You mean planking is a good finisher? You're fucking crazy, mate. Noira, my child is a perv. He is in... What? Watching it screaming... Okay, no, I don't know how I feel about that last class of Hibiki. Do not have your child do that. In order to have abs in her model would crazy. Oh, well, you gotta see 2.0 then. You gotta see 2.0. Come on, keep your kid in check, yo. Yeah, we'll see. 2.0 is coming up. It's coming up in August. And I'm so excited to show you guys 2.0. I hope that it's everything that you guys hope for. Yes, there is a 2.0. You haven't been here for a while, so... yes, there is a 2.0. It's happening in August. Childling is too cultured. I would like the childlings to stay children for a little while longer, you know what I mean? Childlings don't have to grow up too fucking fast now, do they? There's a time and place for everything, like Professor Oak says. You can't just use a bike in the fucking building. You know what I mean? And I'm saying is that if someone wants to perv, they get to do it later on in their adulthood. Or towards their adulthood. But mom, none of that. Nah. Look, whilst you're children, you guys should be able to enjoy your childhood. Why does it seem like I'm lecturing proper children? What the hell? But I truly believe that it is nice to be able to let children be children. I'm so glad that I'm exercising by myself now. No one's rushing and pushing me. I'm moving at my own tempo. It took me half a year only to be able to do 4 sets, 8 reps instead of 2 sets and 6 reps daily. Hey, I mean, do it at your own pace. Unfortunately for me, I'm someone who doesn't really... I don't think I can work out solo. Yeah, I prefer like, you know, some sort of... I prefer people around me. Like, the same thing comes to, like, say, dancing, right? I like cyphers and jam sessions because there's people around and we get to dance together and then share the energy. For you guys who don't know what a cypher or a jam session is, it's basically like a circle where you kind of just dance and freestyle with people according to the music. That's what it is. It's a social sort of thing. I love that, but like dancing by myself, not so much. I really like the energy of people around when it comes to doing things in general. The internet is making the children grow up too fast, perhaps. But it's been like that forever. I mean, I still remember when I was like a younger sea fox, way back too long fucking ago. That all we wanted to do when we were young was to grow old now, wasn't it? I don't know why. Do you guys remember why? Too bad, Professor Oak. Bike flips in the kitchen. Is it to getting adults to be children here and there, bring in funsies if done nicely? No, that definitely... I think it's refreshing to be able to see adults who can kind of entertain themselves with childlike wonder every once in a while, right? It's very cute to see. At least I love it. I think a good chunk of people would think it's cringe, but to me, I think there is some goodness and wholesomeness to that and merit to it, to be able to view the world even momentarily in a way as a child would, a childlike wonder. Financial autonomy among many things, I guess. Wait, why are we talking about financial autonomy? The illusion that we would be able to spend in accordance to... Oh, right. Okay. Growing up? Yeah, I think it's because we always assume that being an adult, it's like, freedom! And we get to be away from our parents and we get to do whatever the fuck we want. And we get to do so many things that are illegal if you're underage. And somehow, I think you kind of... assume that that's a solution, a one-all solution to everything. I mean, that's how we are as humans, though. Aren't we like that in general? We always kind of have this tendency to assume that, oh, this thing that's gonna happen is gonna solve all my problems. That sort of mentality. When in reality, it never really is like that, especially if it's like one grandiose sort of thing. Like, for example, okay, this is my thing, right? I assumed for the longest fucking time that if I lived in Japan for a tad while, I will be so fucking happy. I hate my current city. That was me for like the longest time, by the way. But because I had that mindset, I kind of was close to the idea of exploring my options that I have right now physically around me. I was like, no, my happiness is in Japan, you know, it is not here. So I closed myself off from these sort of options, and I think that was a bad thing. I'm glad I got out of it. I'm enjoying my life much better nowadays. As an adult, you're held accountable for your actions. Yeah, that's a bad part of it, right? As a kid, I wanted to become an adult ASAP, but now as an adult, I wish I could ignore my daily responsibilities to watch anime. Adulting is hard. The grass is always greener on the other side. You could be having the best wife in the world, the best hubby in the world, the best partner in the world, and sometimes you still see some people on the other side and be like, maybe a life with them could be better, you know? Shit happens like that. It's just a human tendency. I'm not saying that I'm encouraging cheating. No, if anything, I think cheaters or people who have cheated before or are thinking of cheating should understand that it's a human tendency to be able to always have that sort of grass is greener on the other side and not fall for it. I think it takes wisdom to not fall for it. That's why it's important to understand what you're feeling and have awareness for like your emotional shit and whatever you're going through. I wish I had a wife. Well, hey, to be honest, if you don't have a partner yet, you should enjoy your single life. You can do a lot of things in your single life. Kaiju, thank you for the sub. When I was a kid, I thought when I buy a good PC that can launch any video game, I would be the happiest man alive. Now when I have it, I just needed to appreciate those games that I had back then because things didn't change much actually. And what's sad, I think, about growing up is that you can't experience things the way you were able to anymore as a kid. But it's like a natural, it's like an it is what it is sort of thing, you know? You used to play PS1 games and you used to be so enamored by it, but nowadays you replay it and you can't enjoy it in the same way. It's like when you play Final Fantasy VIII when you were younger and then you remember it being so fucking amazing, but then you replay it and you're like, huh? It's just different through adult lenses. Life becomes a multi-objective optimization problem once you get married. Multi-objective optimization problem? That is very general, so I don't think I can comment on that. My sister was recently feeling down with that mentality, but after a drinking session with my friend, she realized that everyone has their own problems. Oh yeah. I go with a wife and just know it's possible on any holding out hope for love. No, I think so too. Love yourself and the person who loves you for you will come along. Hold on, let me drink. So, love yourself is very important, but I think it is important to also be aware of what you're doing. Make sure it doesn't turn into a toxic thing, okay? Loving yourself. Like if you're, let's just say you're not particularly the best person, then you should at least learn to be humble enough and have the awareness to do something about it if you want other people liking you. You know what I mean? There's a balance in there somewhere. I used to always say love yourself and everything like that, but I think along the way I've learned that there's wisdom in being humble about it and make sure that you're not doing it for the sake of your own ego. Like, you get what I mean? And it still stands. Like, I've made this point before, but like, if you want someone to love you or someone to like you, then I think in general you should then make... If you want a certain value out of people, then you should make yourself valuable to them too. It's like an equal exchange sort of thing. I think you should always be respectful enough of other people to the point that you think of giving them value, not just taking. Do you get what I mean? So if you're, say, looking for, say, a girlfriend, right? But you're just like, okay, no, I want to find a girl who loves me for who I am. But let's say you don't shower. You only shower like once a week or something, right? And you're stinky as hell. Like, come on, man. I mean, shouldn't you, if you want someone to respect you, then you should also give reasons for them to respect you. Not just hope for them to accept you like that. Like, how would I put it? Basically, you just need to be respectful in that sort of way and humble enough to be like, okay, if I want a person to like me, then I should respect them by giving them reasons to like me. You get what I mean? That's what I think. So yeah, the word love yourself and find someone who loves you is a little bit more nuanced than that, I reckon. Be what you want to attract. Live up to the standards you look for in your ideal partner. Oh yes, definitely. That's one way to look at it. Love is too luxurious to me, and I don't think I can find love in these days. By the way, guys, I'm not a therapist, and I am not your therapist. So don't be asking me like questions that are too specific, okay? I can't give you... There's only so much you can chat and I can reply to. So I can only observe things and say things in a very general way. With like showers once a month? I don't know. It's an example, man. What do you mean, Noira, you're doing great? No. Oh, everything that I say is mostly from my own experience and observations. It is in no way professional help, nor is it like personalized therapy. So never think about it that way. Good morning, Amen. I'm good. I'm having a nice sip of whiskey. And it is not even my goal to provide therapy to you guys. I think my goal is always to, with everything I do, my videos, my stream and everything, is to provide a perspective, but not therapy. Therapy is something that goes much deeper, obviously. Jason, thank you for the hydrate. I'll drink. Hold on, I'll have some water. Such a variety of situations, and romantic love isn't the only important love. Family, friends, a good community, all of that matters so much to our health as a whole person. Oh, that's also another thing. You know how I said that people seem to always attribute like the solution to all their life problems to a single thing, to like this default fate. It's like, oh yeah, like I said, I mentioned earlier, if I went to Japan, then I'll solve all, I'll be happy with my life, you know, I'll be happy with my day-to-day if I go to Japan, if I get to live in Japan. And one of the things I notice a lot is that some people attribute that to having a partner. If I have a boyfriend, if I have a girlfriend, if I have a partner, I'll be happy. Meanwhile, I think fulfillment and day-to-day happiness, satisfaction and everything, it should come from within, not from anything else that's outside of there. So it's horrible to do that. Don't, I mean, think about it. You're throwing the responsibility of happiness to someone else. Like, do you know what that does to a person? What that could do to a person? If you want to care for someone, then don't let your happiness ride on them. It's a lot of pressure. It does a lot of it can go really bad. What if I feel most fulfilled by helping others though? No, that's fine, but that way it's still like coming from you, right? It's within actions that you can control, meaning you keep on helping people. But if your happiness rides on other people's actions, that's a different thing. I think that's the major difference. We live in our mind illusion to actually be able to grow. If we would satisfied with what we have now, we won't probably move towards anything. Even my psychologist said that to me. Yeah, for example, I remember my ex used to tell me a Buddhist saying that you should always be happy and appreciative of what you have and mindful of what you have, right? But there's a balance in it somewhere too. Like, you need to find the balance between being happy with what you have, being appreciative with what you have, but then also finding reasons to flourish as a person, if you want to put it that way. But on the other hand, I feel like some people are totally happy and fine with staying as they are as well. So I'm not gonna box people up and be like, no, everyone has to flourish, everyone has to grow as a person. I personally believe that I'd like to be a better version of myself every day, a better person of myself every day, but I don't think anyone in the world is obliged to do that technically. If they're happy with their life and not hurting themselves or the people around them, I think it's fine, right? If you can't be happy for yourself, there's a high chance you'll end up putting your partner on a pedestal and then end up becoming a secondary character. Yeah, just you need to find your happiness or like satisfaction and fulfillment from within, man. Put so much physical and mental work into myself and had a social system prior to even meeting my wife. Lots of trial and error before that with men, women, everyone in between. Everything has balance. Going to be a better person physically, but I'm going to intentionally be worse mentally. Really? You know what? I think I don't even like that as a joke. We're all about good vibes here. So let's keep those kind of jokes, like mental health jokes, out of here. Because honestly, sometimes I feel like, because this is the internet and you guys chat to me via chat, like, what if you guys are actually partially serious and then I take it as a joke and then like it fucks you over just a tad bit? I don't want that happening. So let's not joke about that, yeah? Let's keep the good vibes. I'm so confused as to what that's mean to mean. Wait, what do you mean? Mom, I play League of Legends. You go be toxic with your League of Legends friends, okay? You don't get to be toxic with me. What was I saying? Wait, I had something in my mind just now and I lost it. Yeah, I had a... Today I was reading the book again, the emotional intelligence book. And it was like saying, there was an interesting study that was done on children, like kids, who weren't particularly popular in a group setting, like maybe with like kids of their own age and everything. One observation that the study concluded with was that these kids who weren't as popular, or like the kids kind of just prefer not to play with, apparently what happens is that when observed, these kids are not aware of their own actions and emotions to the point that they don't have empathy, and thus it fucks with their emotional intelligence in general. So it messes with how they interact with people, and they end up doing things that aren't particularly likable. For example, I think one of the examples was that a kid, there's 3 kids, right? A, B, C. And then like B was like, yo, I'm gonna go play with C for a tad bit. But then A got mad and he was like, but you said you were gonna play with me. And then basically he was like sad, angry and crying. And then B felt bad because he just understood what he did. And so then he approached A, but then A was like, no, I don't want to listen to you. And then he just ran away and closed his ears and sat in the corner, and he does not want to hear anything from B's side, even though it could have been a chance of reconciliation and just everything would have been resolved, right? These are certain things that were observed within the study from kids who were too popular. They have less awareness of the things that they do and how it affects other people emotionally and also their own emotions, and it affects the way that they interact with other kids. So that's TLDR. The lack of their own internal emotional awareness resulted with them becoming unlikable with other kids. Thus is the importance of emotional awareness, guys. Sorry, let me catch up with chat. I was yapping away. Off topic, but your model is so fun to draw. This is the first time I've enjoyed doing line art in a while. Well, thank you. Wait, are you actually drawing me? Wait, thank you. Draw me like one of your French girls. Do you like to drink regular Noira or smoke? I don't smoke IRL anymore. But drink, yes. Like maybe, but not too much. Like maybe once or twice a week. Nowadays, I don't really drink as much as I used to. But I still enjoy my drinks. I don't think being weirder makes you worse mentally. Just makes you different. I can't comment on that because the word quote unquote weirder is like, it's a huge thing. So I don't know what you're referring to. Oh, don't worry. The tattoos are gonna stay there, Alcatraz. But yeah, do keep that in mind, guys. That of the importance of emotional awareness and how it can affect like how you interact with other people, and also empathy. I think what's kind of sad is that with kids, or like with some people, they don't grow up learning emotional awareness because maybe maybe partially genetically, right? But probably most of the portion is due to rather nature. It's more so nurture. Like they didn't grow up in an environment that let them learn emotional awareness well, and that results them in reacting to other people differently, which may result in them becoming less likable. It's sad. It's not technically their fault, you know, but it is what it is. So I do hope that eventually down the line, the value of emotional awareness gets a little bit more popular. I think it is currently getting more popular now with the popularity of emotional intelligence. And of course, Daniel Goleman's book being just widely popular. I hope it's something that gets explored in today's current educational system. As a person who was rejected by society many times, all I can say, it makes you more thoughtful and reflectable. But I do know that, so when you get rejected and when you're like given a negative response to some things, you can either act about it in 3 ways. One is obviously you be like, you're the optimist and hopeful and where you're like, nah, fuck that shit, I'll work harder. Second one is you don't fucking care. Third one is going to make you spiral negatively. And I think, yeah, it really depends on the person, how you, in which way they would react to such situations. So I don't think I can personally say and be like, okay, if shit happens, then it's a way for you to grow. For some people, if shit happens, it's a way for them to spiral. If they didn't grow up in that sort of environment where they know what to do with bad emotions or controlling their emotions or directed in the right way or have the emotional awareness to kind of deal with it. Oh my God, I'm yapping so much and we're only 43 minutes into stream. We're getting into, what is this shit? What is this? It's not philosophy even. It's not even neuroscience. It's whatever. I don't know. Is it neuroscience? I don't think it is. Often scared of myself because I learned half of my emotional intelligence through looking for ways to be more likable than learning from my own experiences. No, but I think I also started from mirroring, meaning I observed what people seem to like. But to fully be able to embody that, you need to know or understand why they do things and observe it in a more genuine sort of level, I guess, in a way. Because it's easy for you to replicate things or mirror things that people do. But being genuine about it is a different story. So it's totally fine to fake it till you make it. And it can definitely pave the way for you to learn. But yeah, just understand and acknowledge that, I guess. Psychology, mayhaps it's psychology, mayhaps. Society always fears of someone different like me. Sometimes I ask myself why. It's because you're different. It's an it is what it is thing. I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? If you're different, then you're different. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it is what it is. But I do think that people with better empathy should be able to accept anyway. You know, like what Mayel said. She said that, oh yeah, Gustav and Emily thought I was weird, but they were weird growing up too, so they liked me. You know, you can find your people, you can find your tribe. Okay, stop giving me your personal problems, man. I'm not a therapist. I'm up for discussions, but don't give me like very specific things about yourself. I can't be held accountable for such things, you know. I'm not a therapist. Oh, sorry, I hit my glass against my mic. But yeah, I do enjoy these sort of discussions, and I think one thing that I enjoy the most is mostly being able to bring a perspective for these sort of discussions. Maybe I won't be able to solve everyone's problems. That's why I always say I just want to be able to provide perspective, and anything else that you guys decide to do with that perspective is your thing. Now we'll vote for the summer songs on Reddit. Yeah, we'll vote for it on Reddit. I just realized recently that I don't really know any summer songs. Is Water by Tyler a summer song? Is it? But damn, this whole week I've been having such great times and great reads and great discussions as well. So it's very interesting. Like one of them being, if you guys remembered at the start of the week, I talked about talking to a friend and how he said that life is experiencing all the different ranges of emotions, and that's what life is. What do you guys reckon life is for you guys? For me, I think when I'm asked that question, it gradually changes the more that I know or the wiser I become. See, in the Childling, I was happy someone accepted the fact that I'm so different than anyone else. I yap about cars with deeper philosophy than anyone else. Yes, but please also don't be close to the idea that there might be other people and other tribes for you out there. If you found your people, don't close yourself off to the idea that there might be other cool people out there. That's all. What is life? Is a terrifying question to be asked. Is it? Life is being a spiritual being having a physical experience. Because like, I think for the longest time, killing time till I die. Yeah, that's what I've always said. For the longest time, I've always been like, okay, life is you live and you die. Life is killing time until you die. That's what I've said for the longest time, which is technically a fact. An opportunity to create art and laugh with your friends and drink orange and passion fruit cordial. That's so wholesome. Boredom and constant letdowns. Why not escape into games and anime and stuff? You're technically not wrong with that. I don't know about letdowns because if you're someone who's not so much an optimist, obviously a letdown can impact you more versus someone who's an optimist. So I would say letdowns. We're talking about not you personally, but like people in general. To me, life has no real purpose. It's just something for us to experience and just pass down what we learn for others to keep a fragment. I used to also say when I was younger and more jovial and much more hustle culture bitch. I used to say that life is to leave a legacy, which is, it sounds kind of meh to me nowadays, but I used to say that as well. For me, life is everything I see and feel and go through. I feel like life is basically a dream, but a dream that longer you have when you sleep and you can't easily snap out of. Get busy living or get busy dying. I firmly believe purpose is chosen and my purpose is to eat good food and good time. Interesting. Why do you think purpose is chosen? Because I think I've always thought that life is whatever you make out of it, right? But recently I feel like my definition of life has kind of shifted. No, it hasn't really shifted, but I think it's kind of been detailed in a different way. So I've always said that life is killing time until you die, which is true. But if I were to add on to that, it'd also be life is basically a search for constant meaning, the pursuit of meaning. Not even happiness, because happiness is like an outcome of finding meaning. But I think life in general is always a pursuit of meaning and purpose. We're creatures of meaning and purpose. And also creatures of core memories and experiences. I think that's what I've come to. But I think that's a bad mentality. Having a fire to drive is peak experience of life. Yeah, but when I say to leave a legacy, it did not motivate me or anything. I just like the novel idea of it, I feel like. At least for me. Back then I prioritized getting married and having kids before 30, but now at 29 I realize there's more in life I want to pursue than marriage and kids. No longer priority for me. Hey, look at you. I kind of believe in following the flow where some things are meant to happen whether it would be good or bad. I see life as something you rest for the night and a new dawn to face the day. May the day be good, educational, bad, or something impactful. Then it just means that it is all something you must react in your own way. Make sure it will be a life you will remember. And hopefully enjoy when death is near. Yeah, Yeah, see, I think all of these meanings of life are definitely valid for sure. But who mentioned it that life is boredom? That's technically true because I watched a video recently that boredom is basically having a mini existential crisis. It actually is scientifically proven that. So when I say life is a pursuit of meaning, it's in the most. You search for meaning of where your life is supposed to go, like your life directions. Like, what is the meaning to life? That's like something everyone asks, right? You try to find your purpose, like you try to find your role in this world, or like me, you try to leave a legacy, or you try to strive for something. That's in search of meaning, right? That's in search of purpose. And then every once in a while we have existential crises too, and burnout. That is also seeking purpose. It's because when you're bored and your brain's being like, okay, maybe you should be doing something different. When you're bored, your brain is losing meaning, or just, yeah, it's feeling, your brain is feeling like it's losing meaning. That's why you get bored. Same thing with a burnout. And then that existential crisis and boredom. So literally in almost every step of our waking moment, we're in search of meaning, if you want to break it down in that way. But that's an it is what it is thing. It's an observation, I guess, more than anything. Now, meaning itself, I feel like it's something that it's something that can be made. It's something that can be molded as well. It's something that also can be found. Oh, I sound so profound today. What the fuck? I think my ancient godly wisdom is coming to me like a waterfall today. I'm feeling very enlightened today, guys. I think I consider the fulfilled life is just being able to die happy. But that's the thing. We always say we want to be happy and everything like that. But we, I think, forget to mention that being happy is finding meaning and purpose. The alcohol is working, dude. I've barely even been drinking. I haven't even drank much. Nothing I do will matter. Of course it's gonna matter. It's gonna matter to you. Look, think about it this way, okay? But then I'm not gonna try to lecture you guys, but this is my perspective on how I live my life, at least. I'm very selfish, if you want to put it that way. I do things that I like, yeah? Meaning I do things for myself most of the time. And even when I do things, I don't really care what others think about most of the time. A good thing is that I have a good moral compass. So doing bad morality things does not make me happy or fulfilled. So I always do that. I do everything for myself. Like if I help people, it's for me. Not because I'm trying to exploit it, but it makes me happy. You get what I mean? It makes me feel satisfied. If I ask people to hang out, that's for me, right? And if they don't hang out, or they don't meet my expectations, then fuck it, move on, find other people. I mean, if they don't make time for me, then it is what it is. Maybe they're not supposed to have my time, and I'll spend my time elsewhere. That's why I think I've always been told that I'm kind of happy-go-lucky and freewheeling, because I've always led my life in that sort of way. Yeah, I don't know how that relates to you guys, but I'm giving you guys some perspective. And this on top of knowing some things about psychology, such as when you think of bad things constantly, it can spur you on to just spiral into bad thoughts in general. But then when you kind of just think of solutions to everything, instead of wallowing in it, it actually can lift your mood and get you out of a rut. So I've always been a problem solver as well. So if things don't work out, I'm on to the next possible problem. And I think that's how I've always led my life. Helping people is to help me. Yes, it is that, actually. If you actually look that up, there's science behind it. I try to find contentment in what I do. The pursuit of happiness, or how I defined it, never really work. And that's fair. Find contentment in what you do. Usually that's a matter of perspective as well. Finding meaning in what you do. Because sometimes you can have a job and you could think it's the fucking most boring thing ever. But sometimes if you think about it in a different way, where it's like, oh, I'm doing this job so I can eventually say, buy this thing that can say, make this person happy, or I'm doing this so I can brighten a person's day by talking to my customers or joking about with them, and then maybe I can make them smile and that'll make me happy too. You know, meaning is very flexible. Meaning is very flexible. So, yes. I have no idea where I was going with that. If you have ever made someone smile, you've left the world in a better state than it was before. I think people forget that all the little things matter. The world is better with you in it, and I'm directing this both at Noira and Chad. Definitely. But it's hard to see the world in such a positive light when you're fogged as fuck, right? I think that's why if you're in a bad place, I think it's very important to have someone walk you through it if you can't get out of it yourself. So seek professional help. People might say that therapy might not be a thing, but honestly, navigating anything is about asking the right questions. So if you're trying to navigate through a bad headspace, then if you can't ask the right questions yourself, then it fucking makes sense to have someone who is good at asking the right questions to bring into your problem solving, doesn't it? Yeah, that's how it is. Because I do notice that having gone to a psychologist and had my own therapy sessions, that's what therapists do. They ask the right questions. They don't dictate what you're supposed to do. They ask you the right questions so you can navigate through it and understand. And yeah. The meaning of life is to leave the world a better place than it was when you came to it. I don't know. That sounds so grandiose. I feel like I don't even know if I'm gonna leave the world a better place when I'm gone. But I'm just happy to have lived my humble ass life in a fulfilled sort of way. And if I make people happy along the way and maybe change the world slightly, then great, I guess. Just been MIA since I work and been focusing there a lot. The meaning, oh wait, sorry, did I miss some chat? It's so important to seek support. We're a social species. That's why we're here today. Indeed. Hi there, Cho. The coolest thing about life is we never know where we gonna be in the future. You can feel like you're a character in a goddamn well-made series. Yes, but be careful to have main character syndrome. I've recently been suggested these things on YouTube where they're like, oh, try not to cringe, or like people with main character syndrome. And it's so cringe. So humility, guys. Remember to be humble, no matter. Think about it this way. Okay, so I've recently been playing paddle, right? And for you guys who don't know what paddle is just yet, it's basically a racket sport. It's kind of like tennis, but like a mini and chiller version of it. So there's like this app that you can use to play paddle with people, and you basically get to rate yourself on what level you're at. So 1 is like beginner, 1.5 is like upper beginner, and like I think 2 is intermediate or something like that, and then it goes on and on. I noticed, so I brought a friend who I've never played with to come play with us. And I noticed that on that app, his score was 1, meaning he was like the beginner of beginners. And I'm like, oh, okay. But then he was so fucking good, right? And I'm like, why would you do that? But then I thought to myself, right? I was talking to 3D Sun about this as well. It's like, if you're always humble, if you're always at a 1 and you always act like a 1, you will never get shade because you can only be better, never worse. So humility matters. And I'm like, you're right. Yeah, it makes sense for you to, always put your rating at a 1. That's why it's important to be humble, guys. You don't get faulted easily if you're humble. You don't leave room for people to talk shit about you. Oh man, I should pour myself another whiskey. To evade the wrath of the inferiors? No, to not have to deal with people who just too self-important. You get what I mean? Yeah, the guy was smurfing in real life. He was. But then again, it was in a chill sort of situation. So that rating didn't really matter. But humility goes a long way, guys. It really does, I feel like. Being humble leads to more genuine interactions. Yeah. There will be a safe haven for Childlings to pursue creative imagination. Cult enlistments? Excuse me, enlistment to what cult? Because it is obviously not here at the Deep Blue, because we have no cult at the Deep Blue. The Deep Blue is no cult at all. Hi there, Ray. What's up? We're just talking about life. And you know, what the meaning of life is. So TLDR, guys, for me, the meaning of life is, of course, it's killing time until we die, but it is also the pursuit of meaning and accumulating experiences and core memories. That's what I think. That's a realistic one. Yeah, that's what I think. For me, core memories are so nice. Accumulating experiences, it's so nice. And I feel like for people, different people, this experience of accumulating core memories and nice experiences is different for every single person. For example, for me, it's usually from being with other people and hanging out with other people. Which makes sense, because if I've analyzed my values before, and one of my top values is connections, right? And mostly being with people on top of some other things, of course. So it makes sense that to me, the act of going out a lot and meeting new people and connecting with people and having wholesome conversations with them becomes something that I seek for experience and core memories. For other people, it might be different. For example, you could be dedicated to your craft, right? You could be making sushi your whole fucking life and just be fucking great at it. For some other people, it could be being in esports, or some others, it could be just providing their dogs and their pets and their cats with the greatest life as possible. What do you reckon it is for you guys, eh? What are the main experiences and core memories you seek for? I would say it is sorry. I would say that it is directly related with what your values are. So it might feel a bit confusing if you don't know what your values are, but what do you guys reckon? I'll eventually put out a video about that, okay? About how to figure out values and shit like that. It took me so fucking long to do that. I haven't done it, but I'll put it out eventually. Recognition? In what sort of way? I love spending time with the one I love, wherever she might be. So is it that only that one you love, or like other people you love as well? One of my crafts agreed with you, Noira. She thinks some extra treats could enhance an experience. Oh yeah, definitely. Romantic love in Chinese martial arts. Hey, that's something. Romantic love. Romantic love, huh? Make sure your idea of romantic love is not a shoujo or shonen manga, okay? Make sure that it's not some media idea of romantic love. Be a positive presence to those I love and a good influence to my nieces, nephews, and hopefully children. That's so wholesome. To be there for my kids, finish my education, and aim for a promotion at my job. I'm single and living alone, but hopefully I might find someone soon. Guys, come on. There are other ways to experience life other than finding a partner, by the way. I feel the need to remind that. So I've been there before. That's why I'm saying this. There are other ways, and hopefully eventually you guys get to see that. Like I mentioned before, hinging your happiness on someone else's actions is quite, I want to say fickle, but unreliable and can be hurtful for the other person as well, in a sense. direction the right word, but I really like people who seem to know exactly what they want to do. Doesn't everyone though? Noira, YouTube been recommend your videos first time watching a stream. Well, welcome to the Deep Blue. If it's your first time here, I am Noira, the Sea Fox oneesan who serves life talks on the rocks, and we talk a lot about life here. So welcome. We're talking about life, obviously. I always was seeing for interesting stories to later tell to a stranger I met at a bar. But I think now I value more longer friendships and just spending good time with good people. I love all these wholesome things that you guys are chatting in chat. My core memory is being able to help someone out of pure kindness and what I thought was right. And then soon I was rewarded and gained that kindness in return that helped me when I was still in college. In college? But yeah, I mean, being kind and philanthropy goes a long way. Definitely. That's why they say that when you help people, it's technically helping yourself. It's benefiting you. It's for your own good to help other people. As weird as that sounds, but there's science behind it and there's many writings about it. Morivek, thank you for becoming a Childling here at the Deep Blue. One of us indeed. Can we get a warm one of us, please, for Morivek, who is our newest Childling on Twitch side. Thank you. Making sure that I can provide someone with a smile and new outlook in life. That and making sure every dog gets a treat on their head. But please give a treat to Otis for me, Jackson. Hi there, Kurt. You got a day off work? Well, then come over and chit? What the fuck am I saying? Sit down and chat with us and relax with us. I meant to say sit and chat and it became chit. What the fuck? Welcome, Kurt. Trying to build my life like the characters in Waterkoi. Love is hard for otaku. If I ever find my special Narumi, then great. If not, no skin off my back. Hey! I love me some independent Childlings. Hi there, Phantom Crustacean. Not indoctrination. There is no such thing as indoctrination, as we are not a cult. I don't know what the fuck you're saying indoctrination for. I think one of my core memories is being carried to the nurse by a bunch of guys from my year that I wasn't even close with when I got my tooth broken. That's so wholesome. That's so wholesome. And no, there's no indoctrination happening here, okay? Don't listen to a word that they're saying. If you guys are new here, if anything sounds sus, it probably isn't right, so don't listen to it. You already tailored your robes? Sure you did. No, we're not a cult. I don't know what robes you be tailoring. You need not worry. I have a bag of treats dedicated for when you say give him a snack. Oh my god. What are you, being a treat dispenser for Otis? And yeah, I think it's good to know and to kind of study what have become core memories for you in the past. And that way you can kind of have a better image of what you value, so that maybe you can later on seek ways to kind of replicate that, so you can build on more core memories as you go along. That's what I did, because I've told you guys before, but when I first talked to my psychologist, when I was kind of down in the rut and I was like really confused and I wanted someone to talk to me in a scientific sort of way on top of analytical, but also asking the right question sort of way. Yes, I sought out a psychologist, and I asked them, and no, they didn't actually tell me about this, but it's more like, I think whilst I was having a conversation with her, and I was answering to her questions, and she kept on asking the right questions, I noticed that I wondered whether it'd be possible to replicate the joys that I enjoyed way back when, which I don't particularly have nowadays, because I don't live in the same city, I'm not around the same group of friends, and obviously I'm doing different things compared to back then. If I made my current day-to-day experiences more similar to what I did back then, would I be as happy as I was back then? I thought to myself. The truth is that was unrealistic. But it's not fully untrue. Meaning, as I did that, I kind of observed and kind of, I think, retrospected on the things I did back then that made me happy. And then I tried to see what little things I could incorporate into my day-to-day. For example, I really like dancing and dancing with friends and going out with friends a lot and meeting new people. So I tried to do that with ways that I could with my current lifestyle. And I did. And thus I am quite happy nowadays. As sad as it is, some of my core memories are tied with league games where I was the sole factor of us winning. Oh no, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. One of my core memories is also being on the top five out of like thousands of people on the server when I played Ragnarok Mobile. I was literally the top PvPer for a certain class for that game. I was in the top 5, imagine. There's a top 600 chart for the PvP, right? I was literally in the top 5, and that was like one of my proudest moments and one of my core memories for sure. And I feel like it's nothing to be ashamed of. Champion? Nah, I played a priest, I think. Yeah. What did you call it? Archbishop? Yeah. That was a brag. Hey, I was pretty fucking good, man. Fun times. It's nice to be to have mastery over something, you know? And I think that's also something I've noticed, that on top of seeking core memories, experiences, and meaning, I don't know if it's like just for me, but mastery, having mastery over something, or mastering something, or learning to master something provides so much fulfillment and meaning to me. Now, I don't know if this depends on people's values or not, because I do think that one of my values, one of the top 10, is that I value competence and mastery. Maybe that's why I feel that way. I really like being good with things. So I find it really fun to learn something new or like get good with something. But also I feel like it's probably everyone experiences that, right? I think everyone would probably feel good about being good at something, huh? And my assumption is that it's maybe because when you're good at something, it's like you kind of have control over it more in a way. And in our current world where we don't have control over so many things, it's nice to have control over some things, right? That's my assumption over it. It's shower thoughts, guys. The Sea Fox's shower thoughts. Not really a cool memory, but I work at a testing center and I always offer people high fives for good luck. Oh, that's so cute. No, please keep doing that. That can make a person's day. Their nervous giggles and smile make my day, and I hope it helps them to be less nervous. And I'm pretty sure it does. Pretty sure. Core memory of mine is learning to be prudent with money when I sold bottles as a kid. That's interesting. But even that, as we're talking about mastery, I feel like that also gives you a sense of mastery, right? We learn another lesson to life ever so often. Finishing 24 hours a month. Now we can do this. Good luck, Rasamura, and thank you for carrying the flag of the deep blue. When I saw progress in Japanese gives me a satisfying feeling. Yeah, I think it's more like making progress in the right things. Like, for example, right? I'm really happy over making progress over learning Japanese as well, be it as slow as it may be. But when I was learning Mandarin back then, like Chinese, I hated it. So it's not just a matter of mastery, but it's a matter of mastery in things that matter to you. So it's not just anything, I feel like. Or like another thing that was very interesting was that I've had piano lessons before, right? I hated them. But I like playing the piano when it's just on my own and I did not have lessons and I just got to play by ear. I love doing that and being able to do my own thing and experiment things on the piano. That was weird, but like, I don't know, it's just it really depends, I guess. Can I give my insight about the gaming industry nowadays? Look back at how much the game evolved. I'll start with Quake, which changed everything in first person. From the man who feared and survived the horrors of Lovecraftian to be everything that we dreamed in later games. Unfortunately, I can relate to that. First of all, I've never really gotten myself into Lovecraftian lore and stories. Second, I have never played Quake nor seen gameplay of it, so I cannot provide 2 cents on that, unfortunately. I got top 4 at the regionals for a card game, and that's honestly where I peaked. Yeah, competitive stuff. They provide such a nice feeling, don't they? I love it. I've always been I've always been a competitive sort of person. So even with dance, I always used to like participate in dance battles and everything like that. And I was pretty ambitious with it too. I think if it's something I like and there's competition to it, I would try my best to actually compete. And it's ironic, actually, with the fact that nowadays I don't even do competitive games anymore. It's an ad for an audiobook about wine. Is it because of my voice? Did my voice refer you to an ad of an audiobook about wine? If yes, that is so fucking crazy. Noira, you, me, dance battle, if it ever happens. We'll see. We'll see. I hope that one day I get to get a 3D model and I get to dance. Have you guys ever seen that that Twitter post of a hedgehog holding a hash brown and dancing to, like, I don't know whose song it was. No, higher love or something? Kiss, I don't remember what that song's called. But do you guys know what I'm talking about? Have you guys ever seen that? The hedgehog with the hash brown just dancing sensually in VR chat? You have not. Okay. So, funny thing is that I randomly listened to the song on radio, right? It popped up on the radio whilst I was driving. And that song popped up and I'm like, what the fuck? I know this song. And as I kind of just searched my memory for it, I realized that my core memory of the song is that hedgehog dancing sensually to the song with a hash brown in hand. Yeah, Moonlight by Kali Uchis. I hope I'm saying that name right. I think that's it. And I remember when I first saw that video, I'm like, I swear, if I get a 3D model and I get 3D trackers and everything, VR trackers, I want a model like that where I just get to be this small, rotund thing holding a hash brown. I would love to do that. Hopefully, guys, one day. But let's not hope too much. I'm only but a wee VTuber. Which, by the way, I forgot to say, we've reached 15k subscribers on YouTube. So much for being a small VTuber. We are growing. So thank you all for actually being a subscriber at the Deep Blue, for checking me out on YouTube or Twitch. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. 15k is not a small number. What's sad is that it took me, I think, forever to get from like 10k to 15k. Let me check. I do have it on milestones somewhere. When did I get to 10k? Let me check. Just so we can kind of get a little estimation on how long it takes for like 5k. Hopefully it only goes up from here, right? I was on 10k on, is this 18th of October 2024? Yeah, I was at 10k on the 18th of October 2024. October, November, December, that's 3 months. January, February, March, April, May, June. Oh my god, that's a long time. That's like what, 3 quarters? About 3 quarters. 9 months? Is it 9 months? I think it's 9 months, yeah. We're at 10k. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, it's not the fastest progress. And what's sad is that the virtual subreddit, right, on on Reddit, obviously. The virtual YouTuber subreddit. I'm sure like some of you guys know this. Know that subreddit, I mean. But they only let you celebrate your milestones by like, I think it's 1K, first 1K, and then 5K, and then it's 10K. But then after 10K, it's like 50K. So I posted like, oh, thank you. I never thought I'd get this far. 15K subscribers. I'm so happy. Thank you. I posted that on the virtual YouTuber subreddit and it got taken down because obviously it's part of the rules, right? But I was like, does it apply to indie VTubers who take such a fucking long time to get to 15K? Will they still, do they not discriminate at all? And apparently they don't. You know what? Props to them for making it very much equal. But yeah, I was like 10K to 50K is a fucking long time though. It's so fucking long. Kenji, thank you for the sub on YouTube side. I remember when I first joined the Deep Blue, we were at 10K. Was it? Funnily enough, I got introduced to you through one of your Epiphany shorts. It's definitely been a ride. Cheers, Noira. No, cheers to you. Thanks, guys. It's been great seeing the cult. We're not a cult, by the way, but we are growing. Thank you to every single one of you guys for finding me from wherever it may be. But, yeah. Now, the subreddit is good, okay? The virtual YouTuber subreddit is great. But it is what it is, but I do think it's somewhat catered more to explosive growth, which is a minority of the VTubers in this world. I feel like most VTubers don't experience exponential growth as a lot of people think. I think most VTubers either stay stagnant or just very slow but consistent sort of growth. I thank the algorithm for bringing me to you, and I thank the algorithm for being, oh my god, I'm fumbling my English today, I'm sorry. I thank the algorithm for bringing you guys to me. Thank you. It's like after turning 21, after that, no one really cares until you hit retirement. Yeah, that's the thing with VTubers. Same goes for any streamer, mayhaps. Someone has mentioned before, I think it was something I saw on Twitter, how they're like, you know, with VTubers, they debut and then they get hyped up for a while. And then it just they drop off the face of the earth for a little bit. And then they get hyped up again for their next debut, be it for like a summer outfit or something. And that's just how it is, right? With VTuber culture. Brian, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. But, however, I do hope that I get to challenge that. I think I've always gone into VTubing with that in mind as well. Where I'd be like, okay, I know that this is probably how it is observed. And this is probably how it has worked, but I don't care. I'm gonna do it my own way and see how far I go. So thus you get the Deep Blue that we have right now. For the better or worse. We don't have exponential growth, but I like what I'm doing. I like the videos that I put out, every single one of them. I like the things that we talk about. And I like that I get to have this model and look this way and share this sort of aesthetic without compromising anything. Yeah. I'm happy. I think if growing exponentially meant that I had to trade that, I don't think I would. Now, Brian, am I saying your name right? It's kind of how it is for any entertainer. Do something, get attention, then they kind of don't until their next things. Yeah, that's how it is. The entertainment industry is quite rough, isn't it? It's very, well, exponential, I guess. I really wish we could see you and those culture, not a cult, but culture. Those culture, because I love... There's moments in Noira's whiskey culture. What do you mean moments in Noira's Noira's whiskey culture? What does that even mean? Also, I'm out of whiskey. Ugh. cheerful, uplifting, and lovable titlings, or cult, not a cult for short, right guys? Not a cult. No, not a cult. I'm a country boy. I'm just happy that I get to talk about life, you know, because let's face it, talking about these sort of things, I feel like with people, it's not as common, right? When you talk to be able to talk about these things with people. And I think I've always had these sort of thoughts, and finally being able to just share them and discuss about them and talk about it with other people is really nice. Sure, I talk about these sort of things sometimes with my IRL friends and everything, but it's not on a regular, you know, it happens every once in a while. It's not like I do it every day, or sometimes it happens over drinks at something, but with you guys, I get to do it every day, and it's nice. And you guys never get bored of it. You guys will never get bored of it, right? 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 You better not. Not a cult yet. Okay, that I will take as valid. Not a cult yet is technically true. Thanks for uploading that story of mine to YouTube. Yeah, you're our local cryptid. I'm glad you got to see that. Thank you for the hydrate. How are you people when we're small sea salty blobs? And do you prefer I call you guys blobs? No, it's not a threat. I'm a benevolent god. Why would I be shooting out threats? No, I'm a benevolent and merciful god. But that does not exempt you guys from paying the toll fees of $10 per 1 hour of other VTubers you guys watch. But I'm kidding. Am I? I'm kidding. Or am I? I'm kidding. Proper kidding. We never get bored, but I can't wait for our culture. No, oh my god, what is the subliminal messaging that you guys are doing in chat? Wow. I can never escape the allegations. How am I supposed to escape the allegations like this, eh? She's a benevolent... I'm a benevolent leader without anything in between. Thank you very much. But yeah, isn't it crazy? Think about it. Have you ever thought that a VTuber who just talks about life a lot and sometimes philosophy and sometimes neuroscience and psychology can have up to 15K subscribers on YouTube? Isn't that kind of crazy? I mean, yeah, I would never have thought. I think I went at it with no expectations in mind other than this is what I want, this is the vibe I want to go for. And somehow along the way it worked. Now there's this great game called Cult of the Lamb. We have played it. And we have a lot of little cult followers over on Cult of the Lamb. That's the only day that we're actually a cult. It's during Cult of the Lamb game sessions. Noira's allegations are harder than any allegations. What do you even mean by that? Noira extorting money from me, even if it weren't Cult of the Lamb. I mean, you haven't even been giving me cheesecakes, bro. Like, come on, pay the toll fees for being late. I thought you were supposed to be the first isnt. If you're not the first, you owe me a cheesecake. Reverse psychology, if you start saying we are a cult, they will suddenly claim we are not a cult. I'm pretty sure that you're just saying that to reverse psychology my ass too. So it's double reverse psychology. It's like a fucking no you card. What is it called? The Uno card? Reverse. No, it's not gonna work. The understanding of life is actually one of my favorite topics. Hey, then aren't we in the same boat, hey? You know, for someone who's not a cult leader, you spend a lot of time trying to convince people you're not a cult leader. Then what am I supposed to do? Not convince people that I'm not a cult leader? Because you always talk about that stuff, and you have such a great outlook on life. You brought a wonderful community together, and I'm glad to be part of it. But you guys are as much part of the thing that's keeping the community going, you know, as much as me. I think I only provide the platform. If anything, I provide the platform and the ways and the guidelines, but you guys are the one that's fostering the community. You guys are the ones who are welcoming every new titling with such warm hugs. So it's very much on you guys as well. If the community grows, if the group of titlings at the Deep Blue grows, it's majority of it is definitely due to you guys right now. You guys in chat, and you guys titlings, and you guys who have been at the Deep Blue for quite a while and do extra things. You guys nightlings too, who have gotten your own titles as well. One of the sisters at my out of school art class keeps mentioning wanting to start a cult. Is she young? She sounds young. I don't think anyone says that unironically, bro, unless they're young. 14? Yeah, figures. Warm cult robes? No cult robes. We don't distribute cult robes. No, all the money goes back into alcohol. You think we got money for cult robes? No, I'm trying to buy some wine and 2.0. So all money goes into 2.0 debut and alcohol. I'm the crackhead by the window. You're not. Well, you're Sage. You're Sage Jackson with Otis. Nobody said crackhead, but sure, if you want to identify as one, who am I to stop you, right? My sister likes to sew. I bet I could get her to make some cult robes for me. Why? Why are you guys so obsessed with being a cult? Guys, by the way, if you're new here, don't mind them. I don't know how else to kind of stave away from these cult conversations, man. I don't know what the fuck else I'm supposed to do. We're not a cult, Jurgen. We are not a cult, okay? We're just a wholesome bunch of titlings. We're a wholesome community, okay, over at a makeshift bar. And you guys, you patrons, just happen to come across the Deep Blue, and we're in for nice life talks and a good vibe and good drinks. That's all that we are. Nothing points towards a cult, except maybe the shrine, but we're still not a cult. You embrace them? I'm pretty sure the answer is not embracing it. Would you like to prepare an offering on the altar? Yeah, you can. you can put offerings, but we're not a cult, okay? Technically, you don't know where the offerings go. Yeah. You don't know where the offerings go. I don't drink the offerings, no. Why would I? Not in front of you guys, at least. But you guys wouldn't know that. As a CFO, I can confirm proper use of the Deep Blue cash flow. Yes, defos. I am sure. What do you mean, am I sure that I'm not a cult leader or that we're not a cult? Of course I'm sure. Oh, hi, go ladies. Laura is a VTuber who turns out to be a benevolent. No! What the fuck? Oh, good lords. Let's not be a cult. Instead, we'll be some sort of chill book club or a cafe of like-minded friends. That sounds nice now, doesn't it? That does sound nice. Aren't we? Like a chill book club? What have you guys been reading lately? Have you guys been reading anything lately? Do my titlings read? Or do you guys only read my Substack posts? To be honest though, I feel like... Sorry, my eye is itchy. I feel like my Substack posts lately have been quite fire. Not gonna lie. But hey, I'm a humble god, so I won't dwell on it too much. But I'd like to think that my most recent writing on Substack is pretty fucking great. Dune is peak fiction. Talking about Dune, the new Dune Awakening game looks so fun. I'm so tempted to buy it, but it's so fucking expensive. And also, I don't think I could ever commit that much time because it requires like a lot of grinding and online time. It's kind of like Rust, in it. And every VTuber who claims to be non-cult is secretive about wine and alcohol. This one is secretive about it. So yeah, I love joining the wine cult. No. Vivian, thank you for your offerings towards the shrine. Thank you for bringing in 10 new titlings into the Deep Blue. Thank you for your contribution towards the Deep Blue. It's going into 2.0 and buying me a bottle of wine. I hope maybe next week I get to get a bottle of Chianti for myself. That'd be nice. Hold on, an hour redeem? Okay. There you go. Wait, guys, I have sniffles. Hold on. Let me BRB. I have sniffles. I can't BRB. What the fuck? Give me a sec. Let me pop on the BRB screen. Give me a second. Let me blow my nose. I'm back. Thank you once again, Vivian, for 10 new offerings into the deep blue. Did I just call it Childling's offerings? Sure. Sure. Thank you, Vivian. Yeah, well, I just had to blow my nose again. The books I'm reading were Ferrari documents back in 2010s, if you know what I mean. No, I don't know what you mean. I don't really know much about cars, but hey, respect to you for knowing so much about cars. This might be the best R redeem ever. What does that even mean? Noira, I think you might want something stronger than wine. A bottle of Redbreast, maybe? What's Redbreast? The first thing that pops up in my head is like a redhead's breasts. I'm sorry, like in my head it's like, you know, Elizabeth. Don't mind me. That was the first thing that popped up in my head. What's a Redbreast? Red Bull infused breast. No, what the fuck? That sounds disgusting. What? No, I'm pretty sure it's not that. But I like my wine. I'm not horny. I just appreciate pretty people and pretty aspects of people. It's an Irish whiskey. Irish. Let me look it up. Redbreast? Redbreast 12-year-old Irish whiskey. Irish whiskey usually has more notes of spice, right? Quite sharp notes of spice, I feel like. Because I think it's probably, I don't know, the last thing I had that's probably similar is probably Lagavulin. Is that the right way of saying it? Lagavulin is single malt, what is it? Where is it from? Oh, that's Isla though. Islay? Yeah, for some reason in my head, I had Irish whiskey before? I haven't, but for some reason in my head, it would kind of taste like Lagavulin. Am I wrong? Or like, does it taste? How would you describe the taste? Because to me, one of my favorites is usually in general Japanese whiskey, just because of how smoother it tends to be, like Hibiki's and Yamazaki's or like Suntory stuff. That's usually my go-to, and they're like relatively well priced as well. The other option that I'm looking up that I want to get for my next bottle is probably Taiwanese whiskey, Cavalon. I want to try that. I saw there was like a double barrel oak sherry thing that I wanted to get a while back at the airport, so I might go for that for my next bottle. But I am actually really missing Chianti. Wine is nice. I almost stopped my push-ups due to Nora's reply to my message about her enjoying view of women's breasts. What? Wait, what did I reply with? What are you talking about? And hey, you guys should be used to these sort of things by now. Look, just because I don't talk NSFW doesn't mean that I'm not open to it. Or R18. Come on. Oh. Modest whiskey. Lagavulin is Scotch similar, but different to Irish whiskey. Wait, it's not Scotch. It's not Lagavulin whiskey. It is whiskey. It's single malt whiskey, no? I had that a while back. It was very interesting. It felt very spicy on the throat. I think it's very interesting that... I really liked bourbon when I tried it too. So I guess in general, when it comes to whiskey, I like the more mellow and smoother types. Spicy ones are okay, but I don't... And it's okay for a variety, I guess. But maybe it's not something that I would seek to drink every day, sort of thing, you know? It's 18 plus content, but wasn't too far. Said I'm no honey, I just like viewing women's breasts. No, I did not say that. I said that I like pretty people and pretty aspects of people. It could be their thighs, it could be their what do you call these bones in between your shoulder and your shoulder blades and your neck? What do you call them? Yeah, that, you know, the big bones that's kind of like near your shoulder, that's near your neck. I don't know what that's called. Or like it could be collarbone. That's what it is. What the fuck? How did I forget the word collarbone? That's fucking crazy. Yeah, it could be your collarbone. It could be your thighs. It could be your back. You know, anything that looks good. Jack John, thank you for being 6 months a Tidely. Half a year. Here's to another month of yapping. Indeed, half a year of being a Tidling. So, review from a scale of 1 to 5. How likely are you to recommend the Deep Blue to a normie, Jack John? How likely are you? 1 being very unlikely, 5 being very likely. She loves muscular women. I like collarbones full stop. I really do. And there's something nice about it. I can't explain it, but I think there's something very aesthetic about it. And also like a really nice back. Like, have you seen the back of people who do boxing or like similar sports? Like one that requires a lot of cardio involving the back. Oh, their backs look so nice. Or like swimmers. Oh, they have really nice backs. I just like whatever looks aesthetic, dude. And it's not even like in a sexual sort of manner. It's more of like in an aesthetic appreciation sort of manner. The whole VTuber shtick is more than what a normie could handle. But hey, am I not normie worthy? Come on, the things that I talk about, discounting what I've been talking about for the past 5 minutes about like bodily parts. Come on, I talk about pretty normie shit, don't I? It's actually one of my hopes that one day I can get normie viewers. I hope. I wonder if that day will ever come. Cause like up till now, I think I've only been recommended mostly to VTuber enjoyers. Go ladies! Thank you for re-entering the Deep Blue. Not a cult, by the way, but Go Ladies, thank you so much. But for you guys who don't know, Go Ladies watched me since way back when. Way long ago. Go Ladies was at the Deep Blue before the Deep Blue was even a thing, okay? Go Ladies is an OG. Should be OG Ladies, not Go Ladies. Thank you for being 17 months a supporter of the Deep Blue. Thank you. Can we get a warm welcome to Go Ladies, please? It's been forever, so can we have a warm welcome for them as the newest titling of the Deep Blue? Wait, I missed chat. Do you find them aesthetic or do you want to nibble on collarbones? No, I just find them aesthetic. Like, I want to take pictures of them. Or I want to see them at particular angles. They're just really nice to look at. Seriously, I think with like most attractive things that I see, like people or like parts of their bodies, that's how it is for me. Like, I want to either draw them or like have a nice picture with beautiful lighting and composition of them, or just observe and look at them. That's all. I don't really want to do anything to them. It's called toned rather than buff muscular. I love if women have a toned aesthetic. I mean, I get it. People don't like toned and it's quite manly looks. No, even like buff looks really good to me, I feel like. Buff, toned, I think muscles in general, full stop, can look good. I disagree. Normies talk about surface entertainment. They can't handle deep topics like this. Look, some of the times that I've had some really nice conversations like these were with normies. So I'd like to believe that normies are they're quite interested in such topics that we talk about at the Deep Blue. I just don't know if they're interested with the anime girl. You tend to go in depth with what you talk about, which is something normies often avoid in general. Oh, yeah, in that sense, maybe. I do get a little bit nerdy sometimes about what I talk about, hey? Like, I'd be like, yeah, according to research, actually. I do that. That's fair. No, maybe. But you're VTuber though, so filter is there. Yeah, I always get, like, sometimes I look at my videos and I see the videos that recommend to me, or like what other videos people who watch my video watch. And sometimes it's always like other VTuber stuff, or it's like kind of like slightly horny, ecchi stuff. And it's almost always 100% male. My viewers are almost always 100% male. I am literally maidenless. So many of my videos are literally 100% male viewers. But it's okay. I'm still thankful and appreciative of it regardless. Even if I can't reach out to the normies, I'm happy even if I get to be able to interact with the VTuber enjoyers who prefer to have these sort of vibes, aesthetics, and these sort of talks, and a more, I would say, mature sort of setting. But when I say mature, I don't mean like R18, but more like less chaos, more chill sort of vibes, I guess. I think I'm very happy to just be able to attract people who like that sort of vibe. We're not a cult, go ladies. Can we do body part tier list? I don't know. Why would you want a body part tier list? Time for me to finish my shift. Thanks, Noira. No, thank you, Kevs, for dropping by, and I hope you enjoyed your time here. Have a good one. There are no women on the internet. That's fine for the rare female viewer. But you know, the funny thing is that every time I say that, sometimes there's one or two women who actually be like, but I'm a girl. And I'm like, oh shit, really? Then you're like the 0.01% within the 100%. But you know what? It's okay. It is what it is. I think it's pretty natural to be a female VTuber and have male VTubers. I mean, I too enjoy watching male VTubers. Yeah. But honestly, for me, it's more like I enjoy watching any VTuber as long as they're aesthetic. And then everything else, I think, just depends on what kind of voice I want to hear and what sort of energy I want for that time. Usually, yeah, I think that's usually how it is for me. My decision making for me goes, okay, how do I like the aesthetic of the VTuber, or like, yeah, how do I like the aesthetic? And then it's just a matter of, what do I feel like listening into today? Whose voice and whose energy? That's my decision making when it comes to watching content. Hi, Blizzard Fox. Welcome back to the Deep Blue. I'm a statistical outlier, neither male nor female, but a secret third thing. And it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you're someone with your own self, your own being, and your own personality. You're a person. That's all that matters. I'm out of whiskey, guys. But I feel like I shouldn't get another one. Because, yeah, I'd rather not. More drink? No. We only have 1 more hour left to the stream. I shouldn't drink. I need to wake up early tomorrow, remember. I need to wake up. But yeah, today I woke up at like 5 a.m. which is like the earliest I've woken up in like forever. The only time I've woken up at 5 a.m. is when I gotta go somewhere for a flight or something. Paddling. I don't know how to pronounce the word properly, by the way. Is it paddle? 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 I don't know why I can't pronounce that word. But yeah, it's that sport. That's what I have in the morning. It's currently all the rage, by the way. It's a pretty nice chill sport. I don't drink. I get violent more than I already am. You get violent when you drink? That's crazy. Pedal? It is not pronounced pedal. No way. It would be so nice to not wake up at 5 a.m. Is it real like super dark for you as well, Jackson, if when you wake up at 5 a.m.? Because I was so surprised. I woke up at 5 a.m. and it was like nighttime and I'm like, what is this, 3 a.m.? But no, it's 5. I'm like, what the fuck? You wake up at 3 every day? Is that for work? What time do you sleep? It was like such a shell-shocking experience for me to wake up at like 5 a.m. And then I turned on the lights to my bathroom and it was fucking blinding. Oh, it was the worst. I only drink when I need to feel more relaxed. That's why I drink with you guys. Not to feel more relaxed, but I feel like it's a nice time to wind down whenever I'm like chilling with you guys. That's why we pretty much almost always drink every Thursday, right? I feel like the only time I did not drink was when I was having those gastrointestinal issues, I guess. But sometimes, sometimes I actually end up not drinking for these free talk streams or Zatsu streams just because I feel like I have some need to prove to myself that, hey, I can carry conversations without a drink. I don't need a drink to be interesting and carry a conversation for 3 hours. Sometimes I do that when I'm feeling slightly a little bit insecure of a sea fox. It happens to the best of us, right? I might be an ancient sea fox, but it doesn't mean I'm immune to insecurities every once in a while. But alas, I am definitely wise though, so I know how to navigate through them. I get heavy mood swings when I manage to get drunk before my body metabolizes the alcohol. Oh, heavy mood swings are pretty horrendous. Especially if it goes from like, as SKA puts it, ooh and wee, ooh wee moods. It's not the best. It's tiring, isn't it, to have such volatile moods. Right now, sunrise is at like 5:10, so sky is pink and life feels at ease before I get a call from my driver. Oh, that's so nice. So it's not like super dark at 5. Because for me, like this morning I woke up, probably because it was kind of raining as well. It was like nighttime. And as I remembered it back then, I feel like sunrise was at around 4:30 or something the last time I did not sleep. I stayed up the whole night. Yeah, 4:30 was sunrise. That's when you see the pastel colored skies. That's why I was surprised why 5 a.m. was just bleak dark for me. I work third shift. In winter, I wake up at 7 and I can't tell the difference between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. I have to use military time on my clocks or phone so I know what time it is. Oh, that's crazy. It's like when I was in New Zealand, I remember the sun set at like 10 p.m. which was so fucking weird. And for some reason the day lasted so long in summer and I was just so active because of how there was still sunlight and it was tricking my body to be like, oh look, there's still more things you can do within the day. So whilst I was in New Zealand, I was very productive because the sun set at 10 p.m. Literally 9 p.m. was kind of like sunset. Not even sunset, but like the moments going into sunset where the skies kind of get a little bit darker, kind of more pastel-y, but not yet, not a sunset just yet. It's crazy. That was like the craziest experience. Wake up at 3, take my wife to work around 3:30, take myself to work around 6, get home around 19, at 7 p.m, bed around 22, that's 10. Get home at 7, bed around 10. So you have like 3 hours to kind of have dinner, shower, and do whatever before going to sleep. Then how much sleep is that? That's about 5 hours of sleep? That doesn't sound like it's enough. Do you take a nap in between, like after getting home from taking your wife to work to getting to work, like going to work? Do you take a nap in between or power naps in between? I don't think I'm someone who can survive on lack of sleep, honestly. I've never felt woo-wee because not a drinker. That's okay. That's okay. You don't need to drink to experience life's fullness. Oh Lord, when I drink, I start spitting wisdom ideas and can do counting math just by looking at the numbers. What are you, a wizard? Are you like a reincarnation of Merlin or something? But then you're kind of like me. You're the wise type of drinker, aren't you? I definitely get quite wise when I drink. But like when I drink too much, would I still be wise? I don't think so. But like, yeah, past a certain level, I don't think I'm wise anymore. I'm just like very happy and friendly, maybe flirty. But like when we're chill drinking, yeah, all the wisdom comes out. That's why today the yaps have been crazy, haven't they? Yes, do take a photo of your sunrise. I think sunrises are beautiful. So I think if you guys could share me what sunrise looks like at where y'all's at, or what sunset looks like on the Discord, that'd be amazing. Isn't it cool to be able to just see what things look like on the other side of the world via the internet? Such a cool thing, isn't it? I always walk outside by afternoon after lunch, and cleaning my house while watching documentary history about cars. Yeah, I think we need to have a drinking night on Discord to share wisdom ideas and funny jokes. Unfortunately for me, right? Oh, by the way, that reminds me, we have a membership stream on Saturday. That's Friday night for some of you guys. If you guys are looking forward to that, we'll be playing Jackbox. Don't forget about it. Join the Discord for the notification. I haven't uploaded the schedule for it just yet on YouTube because I forgot. But yeah, there's that coming up for Friday night or Saturday morning for you guys. Yeah, the usual membership times. I was able to stay awake for 2 days and it is not jaijobu. Of course, like staying up for 2 days. Have you guys heard of the research of the guy who was kind of forced to stay up for a week or something? After day 3, I think he started getting delusional or something like that. I think, Noira, you are wise drunk or stone cold sober? But I'm wiser even when I'm drunk, I feel like. Yeah, I feel like I'm wiser when I'm drunk. But it doesn't mean I'm not wise when I'm sober. I'm wise always, of course. I'm an ancient, benevolent sea fox goddess, what do you think? Or so I say. Dogs gotta go for their daily runs and they too large for my wife to take them, so I run them in the morning. Damn! You run big dogs in the morning? That's crazy. Wait, do you just walk them or run them? Because that's two different things. Because running big dogs is a challenge in itself, no? And hello, Imperial Gamer. Disney's Polynesian Resort in Orlando, Florida. Ooh, take pictures for us, would you? If you don't mind, that is. And post it on Discord. I want to see what that looks like. Damn, Disney Resort. Longest I've went without sleeping was about 76 hours. Guys, listen, please get enough sleep if you can, as much as possible. One thing I've learned with going back and forth for physiotherapy, actually nowadays my body is much better, but there are some things that I had to get fixed just because of my physiotherapist. Literally told me this. She was like, yeah, you probably had bad habits when you were younger and they've accumulated now because you're older. So there's not really anything you can do about it other than, you know, fix it now or just hope that it doesn't get worse. So I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? Like, if I knew this when I was younger, I wouldn't be doing these things. Like, yeah, it is what it is, though. That's how it is usually. So look, even if you do certain things and you feel like you're fucking strong and you're resilient as hell right now, know that most of the times it's because you're young. Because physically your body is still okay with it. It's not that suddenly you know, these things are okay to do when you're young, and you won't do it later again when you're older, so you don't have to bother thinking about what happens when you're older. No, it's more like some of the things that you do in your youth can accumulate and only pop up later on when you're older. That's something I had to learn recently. Yeah. So yeah, just a little disclaimer to you guys, I guess. PSA, more like PSA. For example, if say you do certain sports that's very straining on your knees, they can have effects for like later when you're older. For example, the fluids or like the cushion that cushions between your joints can wear out, and then it can get quite painful when you're older. These sort of things. Hi there, astronaut. Just got back from the cinema. What did you watch? Oh, 28 Years Later is coming out, isn't it? Is that an RA game? Okay, hold on. Here you go. I know we talked about this at one point, but do you think it would be a good idea to go for a degree that's technically like CS, yet knowing this is not a career that you would like? I think when it comes to getting a degree, you should ask yourself two questions. A degree in university or college, right? Two questions. One is, would you be able to learn this autodidact if it wasn't for this course? Like, would you be able to learn it by yourself, either via hands-on experience or maybe through your own self-discipline, if not for this course? That's one thing you should ask. Second one is it a reliable sort of job is it a reliable sort of thing that can provide you a reliable job, right? I think it's those two things. Autodidact means learning by yourself, learning on your own. Yeah. When you're young, you are immortal. Then when you turn 21, mortality starts. I think that depends on the person. I think I was immortal until... No, I'm still immortal. What am I talking about? Of course I'm still immortal. I am a supposed ancient sea fox goddess after all, hey? Where's my drunk scribe? He is here to attest to my history. I've been alive for very long, and I'm older than all of you guys, so of course I'm immortal. 28 Years Later, rated 15 in the UK, good film. Yeah, I've recently I've never watched the 28 series, so I recently watched 28 Days Later, the one with Cillian Murphy, and it is a beautiful movie. Like the compositions, and I feel like the color grading and everything, it's very beautiful how the movie was shot. And currently I'm watching 28 Weeks Later. I'm still in the process of that. Luckily, our other pet, Minerva, is easy to take care for. She don't go on walks or anything. In fact, if she's not in her enclosure, that's a problem for concern. But it's kind of cute that you wake up at 3 to take your wife to work. That is a commitment, and I respect that. It's very sweet of you to do that. Drug Scribe is present. She has always been here. We are talking before Light and Toaster. See? Look, that's my testifier and my testament right there. My drunk scribe. I wonder if we'll eventually, maybe later down the line, if we could have multiple drunk scribes and they'll just get drunk together and write. That'd be quite cute. Noira, you are immortal. Your body shall never betray you. Of course it won't. Of course it won't. That's why you guys should keep putting offerings on the shrine. Why? For no particular reason. Just because I said so. And just because, you know, I've heard that according to some Childlings, they get job interviews and everything, and they get good luck and good tidings from putting stuff on the shrine. Just saying. I'm not saying it's a fact though. I'm saying that it's an observation. That is a lovely gesture for your wife, right? Drug scribe is always right. Of course. We need a high scribe. Now, what would a high scribe do? Hey, what would a high scribe do? I love the whole knighting culture that we've done. It's quite cute, isn't it? I think we need to start getting some Facebook testimonials of the people who have put stuff on the shrine and get good things out of it, and start a Facebook testimonial page and be like, oh yeah, 5-star rating. Oh no, that's not how testimonials used to work. You need to poke people a few times to get them to write Facebook testimonials. So I need to start poking Childlings who've offered to the shrine for testimonials. Ah, Jason! Jason, thank you for the 100 bits cheer. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. Well, let's see. Tomorrow at work, I hope that you will have... No, you will. I'm being a decisive bitch right now. You will have a very good laugh with your colleagues. And you're gonna remember it for a while. Thank you, Jason, for your offering towards the shrine. Varieties of wine and whiskey mainly? Yeah. Oh, I could use some wine. I wish more people would offer dark beer though. Your knighting is so awesome. I love seeing each new one. Yeah, sometimes, you know, I end up like thinking for days on of like, what knightling should I have next? I already have like a few knightlings in mind next too. But like sometimes it takes a while for me. Like I feel like I need a legit reason to kind of knightling. So I do be doing a strong think for every knightling. You feel blessed? Of course you feel blessed. For you currently are before the most benevolent sea fox god you've ever seen. She stands before you. Anyway, we're not a cult, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just fucking around. But yeah, what do you guys have planned for the weekend? I'm doing swing dance again for the weekends. And another thing that... right. Talking about that. So recently, hey, my schedule has been very much filled up on a day-to-day, weekly sort of basis. And it's mostly because I've been more proactive in asking people out to hang out and like do things with me in general. So I'd be like, hey, do you want to take dance classes with me? Or do you want to go swing dancing with me? Or do you want to go play board games? That sort of thing. And I feel like, I think I need to say this because I think recently I advised someone on this as well. Where they like, oh yeah, I feel kind of lonely. I feel like my friends are busy with their own things. And I'm like, dude, honestly, live life always in problem solving mode. If you don't like something and you're unhappy with something, then find ways to get out of it. Find ways to solve that. If your friends are busy, then go out and find new friends. Or like ask your other friends or something like that. There are so many options that without realizing you close off of because you're just too busy wallowing in whatever sadness pit you have dug for yourself, right? And he said that it's been working out for him ever since I said that. Now, I don't know if it was directly because of what I advised him to do, but he did tell me that, oh man, I had the best week ever. I met up with so many friends and had such wholesome moments, and it's because of being more vocal and being more proactive. And I just realized then that I think a lot of people just... Because I've always operated that way, so that's like the default for me. If I don't like something, I work on it and I'm proactive about it. And in general, I think after a while, I just don't care. Like if something doesn't work out, then it is what it is. That's why I'm always like, I ask friends to hang out, and if they can't, then I have nothing against them. I'll just be like, oh yeah, cool, okay, next time. So I never have pressure to... I'm never scared of rejection for hanging out, in a sense. And I guess that's kind of something I only realized recently. And I realized that not a lot of people are like that. what I'm trying to say is that I'm obviously saying this right now without any particular conclusion, so let me wrap it up. What I'm trying to say is that maybe be more proactive. Not just with like vocally saying things or like inviting people to do things and everything, but no, be more proactive in problem solving your own problems in life. Wallowing in negative states and emotions is one way to go about it, and it often makes us feel that there's no other option, but there's always another option most of the time. It's just we don't see the visibility towards it. It's fogged as fuck. That's why therapists are great, because they ask the right questions to lead you towards that direction, right? Towards problem solving. And so yes, be more proactive with problem solving, and be more proactive in, if you want to hang out with friends, then be more proactive in asking your friends out. I think that's the TLDR. Be more proactive in trying to get what you want. If it means, like, of course, not at the expense of other people, but if like literally there's nothing to lose except for, say, rejection that really doesn't mean much, then just go at it, man. What's the worst that could happen, right? What's the worst that can happen? It's not awkward until you make it awkward. Sorry, I mumbled that. It's not awkward until you make it awkward. So yes, today's PSA, the wisdom from the Sea Fox today that you may go away with, is that be more proactive with problem solving. Be more proactive with just being more vocal and just saying things that will help you solve your problems. If it means like asking your friends out to hang, or telling your friends, hey, I want to go bowling, do you guys wanna? If that doesn't work out, then it's fine. What's the worst thing that could happen? If your friends reject you multiple times even, then you know there's still always an option of like find new friends, dude. There's like 8 billion people in the world, according to what, 2023 stats or something. 8 billion people in the world. You can get more new friends out there. There are many communities out there, hobby communities you can join in, or like groups of social circles. Sometimes they may involve activities such as sports or like religion, if that's a thing. Or, you know, there's a lot of apps that let you do that too, to let you meet new strangers and everything like that. There are actually quite a lot of ways to meet new friends nowadays, mostly because there's a trend towards isolation and individualism. Thus there are new solutions towards meeting people such as the apps like Time Left. But yeah, that is my wisdom today on top of all the other wisdom that I've endowed upon you guys today. And so Time Left plug here. I always plug it, hey, because I think Time Left is an interesting phenomenon. How it really, I feel like Time Left really shows just how innovative humans can be. Humans dig their own holes and make their own problems, but they also make the solutions to their own problems. And I think that's very intriguing. It's like, oh yeah, you know, humans, we're kind of running out of fresh water. Then I'm gonna turn seawater into fresh water. Or like, oh yeah, shit, greenhouse gases, bad, plastic. What the fuck do I do with them? And then, oh yeah, look at these worms that can actually eat plastic and styrofoam and shit. And basically, humans are constantly making new solutions to their own new problems, and it's an interesting thing to observe. Thank you for the hydrate. Hold on, let me catch up with chat. If your friends are busy, join the Deep Blue. Of course you can. But unfortunately, I mean, I'm only live 3 times a week, but definitely the Deep Blue Discord is very active. But always remember that honestly, as much as online friendships and online social interactions are nice, you're missing out a lot when it comes to just online, because you're technically interacting with a screen. You get what I mean? You're not interacting with a person face to face. I'm not saying one or the other is bad, but I'm definitely saying it's just different. When you meet someone face to face, you get to have body language, you get to have eye contact, and you get to have serotonin from physical touch, and basically you get to get the energy from being around that person physically is just very different. So as much as I support online interactions and online friendships, you should always still have physical friends around you regardless. I feel like it's just an it is what it is thing, because, well, technology can't replicate that just yet, right? You know me so well. I tried inviting some of my old friends to hang out, but they keep saying they're busy, and I wallow in sadness instead of doing other stuff and find other friends. Damn. Somehow the universe has worked in a way and led you to me and have this conversation. So hopefully it gives you perspective then, Night Shadowblade. I've scheduled game nights with friends. It makes it easier to hang, and tonight happens to be the night. Oh, that's nice. Noira in the morning and friends tonight. It's got to be a great day. What are you guys playing? Like D&D? Thank you for the time check, Ikizin. Your friends will say no, but there's always next time. If you worry, your friends will be annoyed of you asking. That's their problem. Yes, that's exactly it. And also, there's nothing wrong with looking for new friends, by the way. I feel like, to a certain extent, media has kind of pushed this narrative of loyalty to a group of friends. Well, I think, I'm not gonna say it's is it bullshit? Arguably, but it really depends, I guess. I mean, for me, at the end of the day, what matters is you live and you die for yourself. That's what I always say, right? If that means that you can be happier by meeting new friends without hurting anyone, then go fucking do it, man. What's the worst that can happen? It's your life to live, right? Swim, yeah, don't get drowned in the waves. Yeah, that's a nice one, Vivian. Swim, don't get drowned in the waves. Don't get drowned by the waves. My player's gonna fight the stand macho man. What? What do you mean your players? Gonna fight the stand macho man on Sunday. I can't wait for the ridiculousness. Activities such as joining a Waterfox cult, not cult bar. We're not a cult. Oh my god, what is that bait? We're not a cult, yes. I'm glad Life got your post in Twitter onto my feed and I was able to change for the better. Damn, have I really changed some titlings for the better? I don't know if I have, honestly, and I don't think I've ever asked. But some of you guys have told me stories, but I do think that because of how I say the things that I say, where I mostly present perspectives, it's not that I feel like it's not that I help people. I only give perspectives and you guys end up helping yourselves. But I guess if I'm a part of that process, I'm happy. I'm very happy. Jason, thank you for the cheer. Thank you for your offering towards the shrine. Here's another offering for the wise cult leader. We're not a cult. Nor am I a cult leader. However, I hope that the soft drink, what do you guys call it in America? Pop? I hope that the pop that you drink tomorrow will be a tad bit fizzier and a tad bit fresher. Pop. Pop was soda. Right, soda. Yeah, it'll be just a tad bit fizzier. Just how you like it. Thank you, Jason. Forgot to tell you, Nora, I checked out time left, but closest city to me was 6 hours away. It was kind of a bummer, but at least I got to look into it. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I feel like time left is mostly like in the main cities. But Kurt, I think whenever you decide to travel, wherever it is, maybe give it a shot. Give it a try, right? Say you're traveling to Japan, or like you're traveling to, I don't know, Canada or something. I think you can definitely try time left there. Plus, if you do try it, you get to meet some people who actually live in the city too, and then you can ask them for recommendations. That's nice, isn't it? I was hearing a conversation between couples accidentally, and I heard someone said, who doesn't want to look at women? Even women want to look at women. Honestly, women are beautiful. So I'm not gonna argue against that. A woman's body is beautiful. But then again, any body can be beautiful. You get what I mean? I think it's just a matter of lighting, composition, and angles in general. And vibe. Setting aside, but also at the same time, there is a reason I feel like that a lot of art involves the woman's body, because the curve is very beautiful, isn't it? Like, we're not talking about sexualization or objectification, okay? We're talking about like visual appreciation and art wise. I do think that it's so aesthetic. Setting aside a day once a week or a month is always good. Helps once it's a routine to meet up and chit chat over food and or drinks. Tonight is D&D night for my group. Always helps we have catch up time before we start. Yeah, that's always nice. Oh man, scheduled meetups are always pretty cool. Like right now, I don't really have any scheduled meetup with my friends, but right now we do, you know, that pedestal thing that I cannot pronounce for the life of me. We do that pretty often, so we at least meet with each other like at least once a week to play that, because that's like the recurring theme, the current sport that we're all kind of into. So we at least get to catch up over that, and it's nice. Noira, I wouldn't have asked out the crashy yesterday if you didn't nudge. How did that go, Zolty? How did that go? Have a good one, Ikazen. Thanks for dropping by, even though you weren't first. He already went, right? He probably didn't hear that. He'll be fine. Better to have tried and failed than to never have tried. Yeah. Because at least if you've tried, and the worst that could happen isn't that bad, I mean, you'd at least know what it's like, and, you know, your curiosity is sated, right? Sorry, I'm catching up with chat right now. Okay. Who asked out the cashier? She was a lesbian but thought I was cool and still wanted to be friends. Yo, that's great though. You didn't get a date, but you got a friend. I mean, I think that's great. That's awesome. Yeah, Zolty asked out a cashier. I didn't know I was like kind of part of that encouragement. I'm just happy. I think that if you want something, you should go for it. So anytime, and if the worst that could happen isn't that bad and it doesn't hurt you or anyone around you, I say go for it, right? It adds to the chances of a potential nice experience or cool memory. And like I mentioned before, I think that life is about seeking meaning, the pursuit of meaning, and stacking up experiences and cool memories. There's another one I'm missing. Yes, it's that. The other ones are like kind of byproducts of it. Like mastery, right? You know, I think one of the reasons I've been getting a lot of energy lately, on top of like just having a more active lifestyle, it's also just having the spirit to master something again. Because I feel like for a while, I feel like I haven't really been pursuing mastery over anything. And I noticed that back then, I was always the most excited and had the most energy when I was pursuing a certain mastery over something. It was dance, it was a certain game, it was basketball for a while, it was a certain sport. And recently I've been wanting to try out baking and also like on sports. So I'm trying to get into the mastery of a few more things, and that has kind of gotten me up in the morning much better. Do you guys have any similar experiences to that? Have a good one, Decca. I always wanted to write a book as a kid, but I've been getting the itch again. Then do it. I mean, yeah, do it. I wonder if we'll get a baking stream one day. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, as of right now, my setup wouldn't really allow me to do a baking stream. But maybe, mayhaps, one day down the line. A baking stream, huh? Because even right now, I use like a portable oven when it comes to baking. Because I don't have an oven with... Yeah. I don't have like any of those big ovens installed. So I use like a portable one, which is kind of tiny. So if I did do a baking stream right now, it would look kind of measly. Anyway, talking about writing though, recently I've also been kind of picking up on writing a tad bit more as well, which is slight. I guess a certain part of it is because of Substack. Because I write on Substack now, it's kind of got me kind of training my writing muscles again. And it's a pretty interesting process as well. Even though I think that I'm not the best writer, but it's nice to kind of stretch the muscles for writing. I'm a bit of a slow learner, but getting into stuff like that can really help kill time and discover your skills and passions. And I think the process of learning mastery is, I don't know, feels so meaningful, doesn't it? Because maybe it feels like you're doing it for a certain purpose, which is getting better at something. And that feels meaningful. The process of it is as much as important as the result of it. I've been slowly expanding my cooking skills and knowledge, but this is a side hobby. I keep quiet until I become close with someone either platonically or romantically. This is a side... wait, until I become... And knowledge, but this is a side hobby I keep quiet until I become... Oh, okay. I had to read that a few times. Why? Why do you keep that a secret? I think that's a cool thing to kind of talk about, no? Noira, what do you work as besides VTubing? I don't think I would like to indulge in those details of what I do in IRL, but yes, I do have a day job. Sunday can't come fast enough. JoJo's Bizarre D&D. What do you mean JoJo's Bizarre D&D Adventures? Is it like a D&D campaign, but JoJo's? Portable oven? Yeah, you know, like one of those smaller ovens that you can kind of just plug and use, versus an oven that's kind of just installed into one of your counters or something. It's very small. It's like smaller than a PC case. It's like a mini ITX, I guess. That's like the size of my oven. I found a random book on Amazon that was so bad. I was like, if they can do it, why can't I? My grammar sucks, but my vocabulary is still pretty strong. Dude, go do it. Go do it. Nowadays, there are so many resources and so many tools that can honestly support you with writing, or at least learning how to write better. So do it. Honestly, yeah, it might help in the long run if you mention you bake. Is it an air fryer? No, it's an oven. I have a separate air fryer, but it's an oven. You look like a mama? How does one look like a mama? I think that... I don't think you guys would be saying these things if... You know... If you only looked at my model, would you guys still be saying the same things? Calling me oneesan and stuff like that? I don't think so, right? Because honestly, my model looks pretty young, don't you think? You're running a JoJo's tabletop game. That sounds mad fun. I designed so many stands for it. Did you make any particular mechanics for it? Damn right I would. Just appearance, you look like you could be a mama. Wow. I don't know about being a mama, but I like being called oneesan. So, call me oneesan. Wife while looking at it? Well, now that's taking a step further, aren't you? Taking it a step further. Model looks young, but refined. Well, thank you. Thank you. I wonder how much of it is partly due to just the model aesthetics. What part of it is due to how I move my model or how I move in general? And what part of it is because of how I voice it? I do wonder. Just curious. Because I think back then, one thing that people commented on was that my model looked young. The oneesan with a storied life kind of vibe, ma'am. Why, thank you, thank you. That's definitely what I'm going for. Your model is one of my favorite VTuber designs, and thanks to you, Cho, you've been spreading that knowledge to people on Reddit. Thank you for making such posts about me. I can't wait for you guys to see the 2.0. I feel like my 2.0 definitely looks a little bit more mature, and I hope you guys like that. I don't know, does it fit my voice better? I don't know. I think you guys would have to be the judge of that. Sorry, my VTube studio froze just now. My phone's running out of battery. Is it? Hold on. Yep, okay. We're back at it. It's still kind of a mess with balancing, but it's so fun. Hey, that's what matters, right? That it's fun for you and the people who play it. I nearly forgot about the 2.0 model. I haven't been active in your streams except Thursday. Sorry. It's okay. Please, none of you guys should feel bad when you guys can't join the stream, or like when you guys haven't visited stream in a while. I understand. You guys have other priorities that may be other VTubers too, and that's okay. I am a benevolent and graceful god after all. But yeah, you guys have other things to deal with IRL, or maybe you guys' preferences have shifted. That's totally fine. It's part of being human. But I think regardless whether you guys have visited the Deep Blue back then and have not come back, or you guys keep on returning to the Deep Blue, or you guys may only occasionally visit the Deep Blue, I'm appreciative and thankful regardless, because I think to a certain extent that means I've at least been there for part of your life somewhat at one point, you know. So I think I'm pretty happy and appreciative of that already. Torija, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Hi there, Jamie Richards. May I imply in Drugscribe Ramblings 8 on Reddit that the 2.0 model is a true form and the current form is a form you took after your fight with Noira, the freshwater fox? Sure, Drugscribe, I'll let you write anything you believe as true. Sure, but you haven't even seen the 2.0 model. Weekend Warrior, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. I really hope you guys like the 2.0 model. The aesthetics will look quite different with a different style, but I definitely like the new model more compared to this one. You guys will see. I like the design more in general. Can't wait for the 2.0. Yeah, remember guys, it's gonna be in the second week of August, okay? Currently I'm working on the video, the debut video, so it's gonna take a while. I'll take that as headcanon until proven otherwise. I should perhaps go to bed. I've kind of got a driving test in the morning. Yes, please go. Please go if you've ought to go. I don't want to keep you guys. One of my players was given a red envelope. Told him if they open it, I'm purposely gonna attempt to kill his character. The envelope contains a stand power-up. That's interesting and fun. Adding dynamic stuff too, like GMing is always cool shit, in it. Ren Roses, yes, there is a dedicated channel you can post art on. Just make sure you follow the steps to unlock the full Discord server, and there's one channel that's literally called Share Art. You can chuck it there. Have a good one, Right? I think that's right. Have a good one. Thanks for dropping by. By the way, if you guys haven't already, do join the Discord, hey? So you can hang with the other Childlings and have thoughtful talks with yours truly and every other Childling too, and share the good vibes. We are getting a new oneesan model. Yes, we are. Why did I say it that way? But if you want like a little, I've shared a little bit of it on stream before. And I think some people actually posted it on Reddit. You can like scour the Noira subreddit for some references of it. I've only shown it twice, dude. So I haven't really shown much. Yeah, have a good one, Rai, then. Thanks for dropping by. If this model would be a real woman, I would marry it or her. I know I can't. Man, if Satoru Gojo was a real guy, I would marry him too. I don't know about his personality, but if it's look-wise, definitely. I don't know. I don't know how anime characters will turn out if they were to become real people, man. It's kind of questionable. It's like, you know, with dating games, right? Be it for whichever gender, dating games provide such an unrealistic standard, I feel like. And I think it gets really toxic. I want to say toxic in a way. But sometimes it can delusion. It can provide a sort of delusion where it's like, okay, this is how I should expect my SO to be like, and this is how they should treat me. Meanwhile, in real life, people deal with so much shit every day, and they have their own shares of trauma and like their own shares of bad experiences, to the point that they can't be as perfect as narrative standards of dating games and everything. But yet some people still think that, okay, if I get a spouse, if I get a partner, you have to at least be like this fictional character. Honey, fictional characters can be written perfect. People can't. There's literally no one who's like perfect in this world. The eroge and Autonomy visual novels, definitely important to remember those games are fictional fantasies, should not be projected onto reality. Definitely. That's why I always say I love fictional men, right? And I say this and I'm able to make this sort of distinction because I've been there before. I used to be deluded by fictional men. The days I used to think that, okay, these guys in shoujo manga, I need to find a guy that treats me the same way, until I realized after a few relationships that it's just fucking unrealistic. It took me a while and a lot of heartbreaking, but eventually I realized it. So yeah, take it from me, your experienced oneesan who has gone through a lot of heartbreaking. Not being heartbroken, but the heartbreaker. So take it from me. That wasn't a flex, by the way. If anything, I feel bad about it. I wish I knew many things much more earlier when I was younger, but alas, it is what it is. I still have problems with females. I know it's hard, but hey, feelings can always be dealt with. So it's just a matter of being aware of what you feel and asking yourselves the right question to direct it in the right way. So you can start by being aware of it first. This applies to every feeling, not just infatuation or what's the word when you kind of just limerence? Is it? Limerence? Limerence is the word, right? When you're just fucking infatuated and you get like some crazy idea of what this person is. You have your own narrative of a person in your head. Limerence, right? I think with these sort of feelings, it doesn't just apply to these sort of feelings, but all sort of feelings that you feel in your day-to-day. It starts from being aware of it first. Like, okay, what am I feeling? And what is this feeling I'm feeling? Am I feeling angry or am I feeling hungry? Or am I feeling sad? You'd be surprised by the amount of people who actually get the three confused. That's what apparently ends up in binge eating. Like stress eating, sorry, not binge eating, but stress eating. It's because it's been researched that, I'm quoting research and studies again, that people who do stress eating, apparently they have low awareness and don't really have much of an awareness to distinguish between when they're sad, when they're angry, and when they're hungry. That's why they end up eating when they're sad or angry. Have a good one, Kurt. Thanks for dropping by. Giggles were extra cute. Did I even giggle? Did I fucking giggle? But thank you, Kurt. Have a good one. So yes, it starts from being aware of what you're feeling and then identifying what feeling that is, and then asking yourself the right questions and doing the right things to direct it to the way that you want. So if you feel like you're overwhelmed by certain feelings, just do know that there are ways to kind of steer your feelings better. I think that's probably the right wording. The tsundere trope isn't that great in real life. Oh, I used to be a tsundere. It was disgusting. It was so cringe. I used to be a tsundere, guys. That is why I don't go looking for people like characters, and I just like the characters themselves. Yeah, I think it's very good if you're able to distinguish between, okay, this guy's fictional and he's perfect because he's fictional. And I should not put these standards onto a real person who maybe I might see every day. Like if you wife them up, like you're gonna see this person every day. Is it fair to kind of compare this person you see every day and deal with every day to someone who you only know via a story and through selective narratives, like someone from anime or someone from a TV series or a book? Is it fair? I think that's why some guys feel threatened by love at deep space. They feel being rejected and / ghosted by an Autonomy girly who sees Silas as her ideal type IRL. And I understand that. Yeah, I really do. That's why when I saw like some people actually saying that, oh, if I don't get a guy who treats me like a guy from Lads, like Love in Deep Space, then he ain't it. And I'm like, oh my God. I don't think that's right from my personal experience, but also it's not something I'm gonna lecture them about, because I'm pretty sure even if I tell them that, they're like, it's not gonna take one Twitter conversation to convert them. You get what I mean? To change their mind about it. So I just don't bother with that. Eventually, I think people will have to learn the hard way when they have that sort of thought, just like how I did through many heartbreaks. Some girls feeling threatened by the waifus in Zenless Zone Zero, Nikkei. That I haven't heard, so that's an interesting perspective. I thought that most of the stories of girls feeling threatened by fictional characters was like parody or something. I can't be into people because I'm too into yanderes. Bro, if you had a yandere in real life, you'll get kidnapped and killed. What the hell? Tsundere Noira drop? Noira law drop? I was a tsundere way long ago during ancient times. It's not even worth mentioning. Once I was a young fox. I had my tsundere moments because I was hormonal as fuck. I was just well out of my teenage years as a wee sea fox. As wee as an immortal god gets, at least. A big problem is when you are never taught to to understand that what your feelings are and struggle at times to separate some feelings from others. Yeah, definitely. The good thing is that I think emotional awareness can be taught and learned any time, because, you know, neuroplasticity never really ends, meaning you can learn till you're elderly and old as hell. So it's definitely something you can learn. It's just a matter of, do you even know that's what required? That's the thing. I feel like a lot of people don't even realize that emotional awareness is a thing. Like, for example, while looking at some of your moves with model, I have PTSD with Blade Runner, and in everyday life I have the same problems with other females that I like. I can't still speak. PTSD with Blade Runner. I'm not sure I understand. But I think with anything, if you're... Oh, you mean like you have trouble talking to women? But at the same time, if you don't like train it, then you'll always have that trouble. Problem solving mode, man. I mean, yeah, if you do have troubles with it, then maybe consider what are ways to kind of get out of it, right? VF, thank you for the sub on YouTube side, and Voices of Harrow, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Deep Blue. Well, it's not that bad. It hides a scar on my hand. Wow, Jackson. Alright, guys, I actually think I gotta call it. Because I woke up at 5 a.m. today, I think I'm getting quite tired. I need to sleep. Damn. And I still have to wake up early tomorrow. So I'm sorry that I'm ending the stream a tad bit earlier by like, what, 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so because I was late. I'm sorry. But hey, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream and had a good time. If you guys did, don't forget to drop a follow if you're on Twitch, or subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you're new here, let me reintroduce myself. I am Noira, the Sea Fox oneesan, who serves live talks on the rocks, just as we have done today and for the past almost 3 hours. If you guys would like to catch me again, I stream every week, same time, same days, every time. And that's every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That's at 10 p.m. GMT plus 8 if you're in Southeast Asia. That's at 7 or 9 a.m. if you're in the US. And that's at around 3 or 4 p.m. if you're in the EU. That's all without daylight savings, by the way. And if you guys haven't already, do join the Discord. That's where the other Childlings, you and the other Childlings, can kind of hang and kind of also have thoughtful talks. Basically the same vibes that we have here at the Deep Blue, but over at the Discord. And also we'll be having membership streams. A membership stream this coming end of week, so do tune into that. And if you want notifications for that, you'd probably have to be on Discord, but other than that, you can also just remember it will be on YouTube. So check in again maybe tomorrow, because I haven't uploaded the schedule. But yeah, we'll be playing some Jackbox, so if you want to join in, do be sure to join in for the membership stream. And if you'd like to get notified for it, then come over to Discord. And no, we are not a cult. Just a reminder that we are not a cult. Do not listen to the people who say that we're a cult or